Blog Talk Radio.
It, I got it, anytime you desire. Hustle always ain't stopping, we live with that Endie Fiya, fire. Get it straight to the point, no chaser, no false facts and no chaser. Gas we're on your way, that entertainment news, with a little bit of daily inspiration. Put it off to the side, east to the west, to everyone in this nation. Every week is a celebration, with a girl in motion and an RP4. Switching the keyboard, we are no sleepers, giving the game on all we know. So, won't you please pay attention, especially if you're really on your own trying to get it. Need an idea how to make your wishes, get it from the soul, how to do it in your head. Need an interview, can't lose. If you've been better than bruised, this is exclusive for you. These are the tools. We about to bring you to school. And it before it was cool. Endie Fiya, yo, come get what you need. That's your desire. Run with rich and the speed. Endie Fiya, fire. Endie Fiya, fire. Endie Fiya, yo, come get what you need. That's your desire. Run with rich and the speed. Endie Fiya, fire. Endie Fiya, fire.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Saturday, and you're tuned into another episode of He Said, She Said, Hot Topics right here on Endie Fiya. You know what? I got a lot I need to vent about, and I'm just going to spill it really quickly. For one, I do not like to be made to look like a liar, all right? And I know I keep promising you guys the new intro music, but when you're working with other people and their schedules, it's just, I don't know. I don't think they understand the urgency in this. I really don't. But, you know, we went through this the last time when the show transitioned from our first co-host to our second co-host. So it seems like we're going through the same thing this time as well. All right, so just bear with me and bear with my people as they get their shit together so that I can get my shit together. All right? Secondly, you all who've been rocking with me since day one, like, 4-5 years ago, know how I feel about people in my inbox or my DMs, right? Especially men. Like, I just don't tolerate that, But females are even more intolerable, right? So I don't know what angle they're coming at me at. So I feel like social media for me is a place to network, all right? So if you're not supporting me and assisting me in building my brands, or the two of us, can't work together to elevate one another, stay out my inbox, my DMs with nonsense, all right? Let me talk about this chick last night. She sent me this friend request on Facebook, right? I read her profile because that's normally what I do before I accept anyone's invites. I read her profile. She seemed pretty legit, right? She's married, which really doesn't mean anything nowadays because she could be married to a woman, or she just could be just doing her thing, you know what I mean? She's married. She's an A&R. Her credentials look solid, all right? So I accept her request. She's from Nigeria. So, we did the cordials, hello, me, hi. And she said something, like, really out the way at that point. And so I thought, all right, it's late at night. I'm not going to even bother with this chick, right? But this morning, she was like, here she comes again. And my normal response to people is, how can I assist you? Because that's how my mentor, that's how we connected. He wanted to know how he could be of assistance to me in this industry. So that's, when I hit people with, how can I assist you? And I guess that offended her. And she comes back to tell me, that, first of all, what I could do was, like, lose my attitude. And she goes on to say, if you know anything about me, then you know what I'm about and why I'm in touch with you. with a few misspelled words, and I'm a big stickler when it comes to misspelled words, So I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is she talking about, So I let her know, I don't have time for bullshit on Facebook. I'm here to network and network only, and I don't know what the hell you're talking about, I probably should know what you're hinting at because I don't, and that, just a word of advice, proofread, spell check before you send anything to anyone trying to discuss anything that's business related. Then she comes back and tells me that I'm unprofessional and that I'm a rookie. There we go. And I'm a rookie in this industry and I need to go get a mentor, right? So, of course, the hood in me, Barry came out. I did lose all professionalism at that point to let her know that, no, I'm not an amateur in this game. And when you step to me, make sure that you bring your A game because I don't have time for sugarcoating anything. You need to know what your business plan is when you step to me. You need to know what your marketing plan is when you step to me. Don't come at me half. Don't come at me sideways. First of all, bitch, I ain't even sent for you. So what the hell do you want? What do you really want? Say what you mean and mean what you say, She started to come back with something as I saw her typing, but I had to just block her because I don't need that negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is stay out of my inbox and DMs with all this nonsense. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I had something, I had a third thing to say, but I forgot because I just got distracted. But I forgot what it was that I had to say. But I just needed to get that out. Like, I needed to vent. Like, just kind of let people know what's going on. Nothing's changed. Nothing's switched up. Nakia is still Nakia. All right? So, as you all know, it is Black History Month. And I have a little fact for you. Well, it's a rather long fact, but let me start out the show by sharing this information with you. All right? This Black History fact is to you by, but no, it's not brought to you by. It is about Etta James. She was a powerful, dynamic vocalist who found fame in her teens and nearly lost it all and returned to stardom on the back of her formidable talent. She was born James Etta Hawkins in 1938 in Los Angeles. She was born to a teen mother. Her childhood wasn't perfect as she was raised by foster parents, but she received vocal training early and became a gospel prodigy. She was known for having a big voice that didn't seem to fit her 5'3" frame. After connecting with band leader Johnny Otis, James began her musical career in 1954, gaining her first hit with The Wallflower, along with the Otis's band. She formed a girl group called the Peaches, which was derived from her nickname, Miss Peaches, but she went solo shortly after and released a number of hits such as Good Rockin' Daddy, among others. As the 60s rolled around, James and her then-boyfriend, musician Henry Fuqua, worked together closely, and she went on to drop tracks such as At Last and Trust in Me, which made her a star. James's true gift was her ability to sing across the genres of R&B, blues, rock, and jazz. Her 1973 Ella album is one of the best examples by way of its rock and blues influences. Over the course of her career, James struggled with heroin addiction and was a victim of physical abuse, which had a negative impact on her career. However, her will to succeed and that voice triumphed over the issues that plagued her life. Although she has been nominated for a Grammy Award several times, James didn't win the first of her 6 trophies until 1995 for Best Jazz Vocal Performances from the album Mystery Lady, Songs of Billie Holiday. That's your Black History fact for today. If you're just tuning in, you tuned into another episode of He Said, She Said, Hot Topics right here on Endie Fiya. Did y'all lose me for a minute? I lost you. Let's see. We're going to jump right into birthdays, of course, as we normally do. I did want to give you some music, but I'm going to put that on hold for just a moment. Jump right into these birthdays. celebrating a birthday on Sunday, February the 3rd. Sean Kingston, reggae artist Sean Kingston, turned 29 on Sunday the 3rd. On Monday the 4th, Cameron, rap artist Cameron, turned 43. And Zaire Wade, he's the oldest son of basketball player Dwayne Wade. He turned 17. On Tuesday the 5th of February, Kevin Gates turned 33. Bobby Brown turned 50. On Wednesday the 6th, singer Tinashe turned 26, and my only daughter turned 18. On Thursday, the 7th of February, Chris Rock turned 54. On Friday, the 8th of February, Anderson .Paak turned 33. And Pooch Hall, from the game, remember Darren Davis? Pooch Hall, he turned 42. And on today, February the 9th, everybody's heartthrob, Michael B. Jordan, turning 32, and Camille Wimbush. She played the oldest niece on the Bernie Mac show. She is 28. So happy birthday to all of those celebrating on their birthdays today, as well as those who have celebrated their birthdays this. Nobody got married. Nobody got engaged. I guess they're saving that for Thursday the 14th, I guess. And no babies, no births to report. It seems like so many artists, like Kehlani, Portia Williams, they've been pregnant forever. Like, I don't know when either one of them would do, but they've been pregnant forever. So within the next couple of weeks, hopefully, somebody's going to have a baby, you know, because I swear these two women have been pregnant forever. Deaths. For those of you who are soap opera fanatics, I know I used to be back in the day. Like, I would come down south and be with my grandmother, and we were stuck on ABC, like All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital. Yes, those were our soaps right there. But if you were a CBS fan, Christoph St. John, longtime star on the soap opera The Young and the Restless, he played Neil. He passed away at his home on Sunday, the 3rd of February. At the present time, the cause of death is unknown. He was 52 years old, and he had been on The Young and the Restless for 27 years. Now, don't quote me on the year, but I want to say maybe 2014, he lost his son to suicide from years of battling depression and mental illness. And any parent who loses a child, you know, it has to be one of the worst things that the parent goes through, because no parent wants to marry their child. You know, as a parent, he didn't cope well. That was the only son. He didn't cope well with, you know, his son's passing. And so he did spend some time, you know, in a mental health facility, just like a 72-hour hold, you know, just to get himself together, get his thoughts together. So right now, there, like I said, the cause of death is not known, but you know, he did battle depression and issues, mental health issues, once, you know, his son passed away. So condolences going out to his family and his friends. That is Christoph St. John, longtime star on the CBS soap opera The Young and the Restless. Also, early this morning in the UK, I don't know if any of you may have followed this artist or not, but rising British rapper Cadet was killed in a car crash while he was on his way to a performance. Cadet, whose real name is Blaine Cameron Johnson, was a passenger in a taxi that collided with another vehicle near the university that he was scheduled to perform at, according to his management. The musician, whose career was on the rise, had amassed millions of views on YouTube and was booked to play this summer's Wireless Festival in July. Other musicians slated to perform at that festival include Migos, Cardi B, and Travis Scott. So this was a rising superstar in the UK. So rest in peace to Cadets and condolences to his family and his friends. Now, to the news. I'm excited this week. We talked about several, not events, but several events that did occur last week. And as usual, I'll follow up when I get all that information. And so I have information on several events that occurred last week. Starting off, we still keep Jesse Smollett in our thoughts and prayers as they do seek to bring justice to him for that vicious assault that took place in Chicago last week. But he is back performing, and he has some things that he wants to say about his attack in Chicago. Number one, he wants to set the record straight, because the media can convey different messages. They can convey incorrect messages. So he just wants to set the record straight. Number one, he was bruised. He did not have cracked or broken ribs. He was simply bruised. And simply sounds, I don't want to negate away from the attack at all, but he just wanted people to know that he didn't suffer any broken ribs or fractured ribs. He was bruised. Number two, he went to the doctor immediately after the attack. He was not hospitalized, right? So the media was reporting that he was hospitalized, and he's clearing that up, saying that he was not. Number three, both his doctors in Chicago and Los Angeles have cleared him to perform, but he just needs to take care of himself, right? Because he was at a performance when he did make these statements. And number four, the best message of all, and I quote, he says he fought the fuck back, right? So don't just think he just laid there while this attack was going on. He says he fought back, right? So our prayers and thoughts, are still with him as he goes through all of this. And, hopefully very soon he'll be able to identify the suspects and bring justice to him as well as to his family. On Sunday, also, this is probably the biggest news all week long. So I kind of hate why the show's on Saturday. Like, the show needs to be every day to talk about recent, news, like right then when it's happening. But on Sunday, 21 Savage was arrested by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which we all know as ICE, Sunday morning during a targeted operation with federal and local law enforcement partners in Atlanta. 21 Savage, born Shia Ben Abraham Joseph, was arrested due to being unlawfully present in the U.S. from the U.K. Now, this progresses throughout the entire week, right? So instead of me giving you day by day as we go day by day, let me take you from Sunday to Friday with this case, all right? So on Monday, P, we all know him as P. He's the CEO of Quality Control Music. He suggests that those with money and influence join forces to help 21 Savage get the best immigration and criminal lawyers possible. All right? Also, on Monday, his birth certificate says that he was born in the UK. The 22nd of October, 1992. Because, nobody wants to believe, it was all a setup. It's mistaken identity. Just so many different ways to look at it in the eyes of, his supporters. So, of course, they're not going to believe, no, he's been here since he was 7. And, it's just no one could believe that. But, yes, in fact, his birth certificate does state that he was born in the UK. On Tuesday, the 5th of February, official statement was posted. So I would like to read the official statement, and this is coming from his attorneys, all right? So on behalf of 21 Savage, ICE detained Shia Ben Abraham Joseph, the well-known Atlanta-based recording artist and songwriter, also known as 21 Savage. based upon incorrect information about prior criminal charges and now refusing to release him on bond of any amount, despite the fact that he has a pending U visa application as a victim of crime with USCIS, and that he has relief from removable available to him. Mr. Abraham Joseph has never hid his immigration status from the U.S. government. The Department of Homeland Security has known his address and his history since filing for the U visa in 2017. Yet, they took no action against him until this past weekend. ICE I'm sorry, I can't call it ICE because, I'm an iceologist when it comes to eating ice, so I just can't call them ICE. All right, so ICE can only continue to detain individuals who are a threat to the community or a flight risk to not show up at their hearings. Obviously, our client is not a flight risk, as he is widely recognizable and a prominent member of the music industry. Likewise, Mr. Abraham Joe is clearly not a danger to the community, and in fact, his contributions to local communities and schools that he grew up in are examples of the type of immigrant we want in America. ICE has not charged Mr. Abraham Joseph with any crime. As a minor, his family overstayed their work visas, and he, like almost 2 million other children, was left without legal status through no fault of his own. This is a civil law violation, and the continued detention of Mr. Abraham Joseph serves no other purpose than to unnecessarily punish him and try to intimidate him into giving up his right to fight to remain in the United States. He rose above the difficult circumstances of his youth to achieve success and make many contributions to our society that rival any of those by a natural-born citizen. Mr. Abraham Joseph has U.S. citizen children that he supports and is eligible for relief from deportation. We and he will fight for his release, for his family, and his right. No one would expect less from him. That is the official statement. On Thursday, the 7th of February, apparently cops have been lying about him. This is according to his legal team, and they go on to shut this down. All right, so say that he was arrested as a target solely for immigration enforcement. But ICE has confirmed he was targeted for immigration enforcement and nothing more. He was never arrested by the police, and some other individual's firearm and vehicle is not our concern here, is what they're stating, because apparently a Glock was found in the vehicle that he was in. So his lawyer is saying that no one will falsely accuse his client, talking about finding the gun in the car during the arrest, and his lawyer states that he's done nothing wrong. So we will continue to follow this case and keep you notified on it. Oh, I will say Friday, his money, his millions, they can't touch that money. If his coins were earned lawfully despite illegal residency or his illegal resident status, then they can't touch his money. So that's a good thing, right? So, again, we'll keep you posted on the events that take place with 21 Savage. So, also on Sunday, for those of you who did elect to watch the Super Bowl, the Patriots won the Super Bowl again, beating the LA Rams 13-3. It was the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever. Meanwhile, in New Orleans, they threw an anti-Super Bowl party after a blown call in the game against the Rams kept the Saints from advancing to the big game. It was all love, too, like I was there. But I'm saying, if you see the pictures and you just see, everyone was just so live at that event. And so big ups to they don't play when it comes to their team, right? I guess that's most cities, but I know the Saints are huge. Well, the fans of the Saints in the city, are huge, and they support their team to the fullest. Kind of like I support the Cowboys. You know what I mean? So there's been, speaking of 21 Savage again, there's been a lot of memes. There's been a lot of negative talk. There's been a lot of positive talk and ways to help him in, this situation. Well, apparently, Demi Lovato, she felt the need to jump on his bandwagon, and not at all about him, rather very, very disrespectful, or disrespectfully, I'll say, things that were said, towards 21 Savage. So she tweeted, "So far, 21 Savage memes have been my favorite part of the Super Bowl." Now, we reported last year that Demi Lovato fell off the wagon and OD on heroin. And she got the audacity to be talking anything. Like, she needs to lay low. Just, apparently Black Twitter, they went ham on her, for making references, or by making references to her heroin memes that were, I don't think I saw any, but apparently, they were out there, I'm sure, because that's just the culture that we live in. But, Black Twitter made reference to her heroin memes that were made about her. And, in no position to talk about anybody, especially, the possible deportation of, this young man, but his family left here, his kids and his fiance, and, and this was like the second tweet that she made in reference to him. And so not too long after Black Twitter jumped on her ass, she deactivated her Twitter account. And this was Sunday. So I don't know if it's back up now, but she did make a statement later on in the week, saying that she didn't mean it to be disrespectful. She didn't mean it to come off the way that it came off, and she didn't find humor in someone possibly being, deported. But at the same time, no one should be picking on her either about, she flipped that shit real quick. No one should be picking on her about being and going through the ordeal that she went through. So, well, on Monday, the 4th of February, last week we talked about, was last Saturday morning, early, like 4 in the morning, Bow Wow was in Atlanta, and he was charged, or arrested and charged, after an altercation with his, I don't know if it's his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend, Kiami Leslie. Well, apparently, more details have been released, and looks like she was the one who called the police, because last week there wasn't no one knew anything. She said he started it, and he said she started it. So more details have been released, and apparently she called the police around 4 a.m. to report Bow Wow for assault. She claims the fight occurred when they got back home from a party. And once they were home, she claims Bow Wow was upset about her talking to another man at the party. In the police report obtained by TMZ, Leslie claims that Bow Wow allegedly hit her in the head, pulled her by the hair, dragged her from her bedroom, and told her to get out. And Bow Wow reportedly acknowledged that he was upset at her for talking to another man, telling police, she disrespected him by hanging all over another man's body. Reportedly, he also said that Leslie called him a bitch-ass nigga when he confronted her about her behavior. He says when they got home, he told her to leave and placed her bag by the door. As you all see, you saw the mugshots, and he is, in the mugshots, he is visibly, or he bears visible scratches on his face. It's reported that they both obtained, bruising and visible signs of, a physical altercation. And because of that information last week, as well as not knowing who started it, who did what happened, Then they both were arrested, and both of them were charged. So this will continue as well, and we'll talk about it again on next Saturday. The Super Bowl, if you watched it again, had performances by, and you know, this went on for a minute. Like they wanted this person, and that person said no. And they wanted this person, and that person said no. And they wanted this person, and that person said no. This was like up until, like January, there wasn't really positive confirmations on who was going to perform at the halftime show. So it ended up being, let me see, Maroon 5, Travis Scott, Big Boy, and somebody named Squidward. All right. So I know CeeLo Green said he had a comment to Big Boy like, you really did that shit at the Super Bowl and fuck what these people think and, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, everybody jumped on CeeLo Green like, how you say that? Like, how you say fuck us? You know what I mean? Like, we're standing or kneeling or not watching or in support of, for a reason. We're not selling out like some people. So CeeLo Green had to come back and say, I didn't mean no disrespect. I was talking directly to him. When I said that, just like, forget what anybody thinks. We got to rise above and, still get that money is what he was trying to say. All right, so he did humbly apologize for, anyone who took that out of context. So big ups to CeeLo Green. But Big Boy announces that the Dungeon Family reunion, or he announces the Dungeon Family reunion tour is hitting the road this spring. Right, according to Billboard, the tour will reunite some of Atlanta's biggest names, including Goody Mob, Sleepy Brown, Organized Noise, KP the Great, and many more. All right, the 10-date tour is scheduled to start off in Chicago, such as New York, Philly, Boston, Atlanta, and many others before wrapping up in Asheville, North Carolina on April the 27th. When they say it starts? April the 14th. So tickets should be going on sale soon. So, again, it's a 10-date tour. Started in Chicago on the 14th of April and ending in Asheville on the 27th of April. And that's Asheville, North Carolina. So make sure that you copy tickets if you're trying to see the Dungeon Family reunion tour. On Tuesday, the 5th of February, the creator of the hit show, Power, Courtney A. Kemp, as she is set to develop a corrupt cop drama serving, y'all know that ain't the right word, that will be airing on HBO. All right, so Star's Power might have one more season left, but it certainly won't be the last we hear from the show's creator. Again, she's taking her Black Girl Magic to HBO, where she will be developing a 1-hour drama series called Dirty 30. Like Power, the show will be set in present-day New York, though the show is actually inspired by a true story of a gang of bad cops operating out of the city's 30th precinct back in the 90s. And this is according to Variety magazine. I think I want to watch that. Like, I don't think I got HBO, because I don't be watching TV like that, but I think I need to get that. Most definitely. Speaking of TV shows, the third season of Atlanta will reportedly be delayed. Now, the second season was delayed because Donald Glover was making Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man, I think it was. Superman? Spider-Man, I think it was. And then working on, his last album as Childish Gambino. He was working on all of that, and that's why. Wait a minute, and there was something else, like Star Wars or something. He was working on all of that, and that's why the second season was delayed. Well, the third season has also been delayed. All right, so according to Hollywood Reporter, the chief at FX by the name of John LeGrand, he announced at the Television Critics Association Winter Press Tour that the series is behind schedule. This also means that the show won't be back in time for the 2019 Emmy contention window. Sucks. John said, I don't know whether we'll have Atlanta or not. The writers are back working right now, thank God. He continues, As you might imagine, Donald Glover is sort of the king of all media, and he just has had an incredibly complicated life. He's had personal things he's had to deal with, from injuries to other things I'd rather not say publicly, and that is kind of what the holdup is right now. So as soon as we know what's going on with Atlanta, then we'll let you know. All right? We talked about DMX last week when you don't cut your phone off. We talked about DMX last week on how he had just, got released from being locked up on last Friday. And then on Saturday, Ja Rule was supposed to perform at, I want to say it was Chow in New York, Long Island. Anyway, he couldn't perform, so DMX stepped in. Well, he's wasted no time getting back out there and, doing things. He announced the 20th anniversary tour for his debut album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. According to Rolling Stone, the tour will kick off in Oklahoma City on March the 8th, and the 32-date tour will hit cities such as New York, Philly, Houston, Phoenix, and many others before wrapping up on May 7th in Pittsburgh. Make sure that you're getting in there and getting. I want to see DMX. I don't know where I have to go, travel to see him, but I want to see him perform. I have not seen him, so I do want to see him perform. This weekend it seems like, this month has been busy. Last week, the Super Bowl in Atlanta. This week, the Grammys. Next week, in L.A. Next week, we got CIAA, and also weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina. So this month is like hectic, for everybody. But the Grammys will be in L.A. at the Staples Center tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, Sunday, tomorrow, the 10th of February. And normally I would have the list of nominees and categories, but there's just so many. So next Saturday, of course, we will present you with the winners of the 2019 Grammys. But I want to talk about this tribute that's going on. They have several tributes that are going on, but this one in particular, the Motown tribute. Now, typically, I would have to be here with somebody, and we could go back and forth on why this is just so wrong. But shit happens, and I don't have a co-host, so I can't go back and forth with nobody. But Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, Jenny from the Block, her will be performing the Motown tribute. Why? Like I'm just perform a Motown tribute? There are Motown artists currently signed to Motown. There are legendary Motown artists that are still living. There are so many other people with soul that I feel would have, they could have asked, and maybe they did. Maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they boycotted the Grammys too. I don't know what the reason is behind why Jennifer Lopez will be doing this Motown tribute, but I had no intentions of watching the Grammys, and I probably still won't. But we're going to talk about that next week too, how well she did, how well she didn't do, if she was really a good fit, if she wasn't a good fit. We'll talk about that on next week. Again, that's the Grammys live in L.A. at the Staples Center tomorrow, Sunday, the 10th of February. If you're just tuning in, you're live right now with Nakia on He Said, She Said, Hot Topics, right here on Endie Fiya.
Queenin'. Where's my crown? We sweet, we cute, we clean, we cool, we queen, we rule, we be the truth. We sweet, we cute, we clean, we cool, we queen, we rule, we be the truth. Queened up, supreme up, wear the crown, shut it down. Queened up, supreme up, wear the crown, let me show you know what I got is crazy. She a beast with a bar and it goes so hard. She rap but she act like a lady. If you pass that mic, then you might not like when you get it back. Just saying, too hot to touch, too high to reach. I guess I'm like a flame. They did not see me coming. Just let me show you something. I'm sick, I spit, I'm ill, I'm L, and well, it's disgusting. I'm on a brand new board and lately I've been feeling wavy. Long hair, don't care, my faith is great. I'm such a effing lady. I know you see me and you hate me, baby. It's all gravy. I serve a king of kings and represent the one who made me. I represent the Prince of Peace and King of Feasts who rose from death and beat the beast. I sip the juice and eat the yeast. Yeah. We sweet, we cute, we clean, we cool, we queen, we rule, we be the truth. We sweet, we cute, we clean, we cool, we queen, we rule, we be the truth. Queened up, supremed up, wear the crown, shut it down. Queened up, supremed up, wear the crown, shut it down. Queened up, supremed up, wear the crown, shut it down. Queened up, supremed up, wear the crown, shut it down.
She got that crown, racing her walk, spit that histamine. Melanin brown, lace them in chalk with that Ethylene. Winning, handling business, making decisions, riding with loyalty. Looking delicious, sushi ambitious, God keep on calling me. Rich is her father, and she the daughter, living in water. Submarine, evil don't bother, she know the author, came in to slaughter. Guillotine, top of her class, top of her game, elevated. Mezzanine, shop with the bags, drop with the queens, and we taking everything. Ball cap to my head wrap, weave down to my shoe strap. Nails, purse to my lip gloss. World loving this stick sauce. All caps in these bread facts. She brownie like 2 snacks. Wells first and we dip off. Bye haters, I'm that boss.
We sweet, we cute, we clean, we cool, we queen, we rule, we be the truth. We sweet, we cute, we clean, we cool, we queen, we rule, we be the truth. Queened up, supremed up, wear the crown, shut it down. Queened up, supremed up, wear the crown, shut it down. Queened up, supremed up, wear the crown, shut it down. Queened up, supremed up, wear the crown, shut it down.
Putting the charge, I kick with the bars. Hey, God has been God, I gotta go hard like them boys. Making noise, shoulda pull up with boys. Up for the task, top of the class. So I am my status, know who my dad is before you ask this. Empress, how a crown sits, black girl with magic. Woman of God, walk by the spirit, no bite. Serving for something's a job, and when they pour salt on your work hard, reminder you work hard, so that hard work better pay off. Dust off your elegant garms and give them that charm that set you apart from that. Living low on a bad one, hey, hubby know I'm a bad one. Like phone closed, then I own a stove, so the J. Cole with a great view. Woo! Now I'm a mom too, gotta know my role model, cause she's singing everything that I do, so I show a queen whenever I move.
Hey, if you're just tuning in, you're live with Nakia right here on He Said, She Said, Hot Topics on Endie Fiya. And that was Keisha Beard, Seattle, Washington singer, rapper, teacher, youth activist, entrepreneur, with Queening, featuring Dice Gamble and B. Angelique. So French Montana joins Drake and Cardi B in announcing that he will be taking his talents and residency to Vegas. Now, last month, Drake did confirm that he was, that he had purchased the home in Vegas. And apparently, Cardi is in the process of doing the same. He will be performing at Dre's nightclub for an extended 2-year stay. Dre's is pretty big, too. I used to do promo for them, but they're big, they're pretty big, huge. Wednesday the 6th, Tyra Banks. You all know Tyra, right? Model Tyra, America's next top model Tyra. Tyra announces plans to open her own theme park entitled Model Land. According to Variety, Model Land is set to open in late 2019 in Santa Monica, California, and the 21,000 square foot space will include both retail and dining options. Tyra expressed her excitement for the theme park, which she says has been in the works for 10 years. She said, I've always been insanely inspired by attractions like Disneyland and Universal Studios, and have wanted to bring that spirit of adventure and storytelling to the world of modeling, but not the exclusive modeling industry. I'm talking about modeling for the masses, Tara pointed out that she has had many groundbreaking moments within her career, and opening this theme park would just be another one. I don't know. I might have to go see that too. Where are we going? Santa Monica, California, late 2019. That's Model Land. Tyra Banks. So Chloe and Halle sung the national anthem at Super Bowl on Sunday, and I only saw it, because I followed him on social media, and of course it was huge. It was huge. That was huge for them. But they are gracing the cover of Essence magazine, or the digital cover of Essence magazine for this month. So make sure that you check that out. That's Chloe and Halle, Beyonce's proteges. Yolanda Adams, Fantasia, and Andra Day, they are set to honor Aretha Franklin at the 2019 Grammy Awards. Both Yolanda and Fantasia performed at Aretha's funeral back in August, and they also participated in the tribute during the 2018 Black Girls Rock Awards ceremony. Like I mentioned, there will be, multiple tributes. I feel pretty positive about this one here. I'm still a little up in the air about that Motown tribute in J-Lo. We talked last week about Ariana Grande, 7 rings, but it ended up saying barbecue grill or something like that, because a character was left off. That's all been situated and everything. Ariana's album has dropped. She got the remix with 2 Chainz of 7 rings. Well, she'd also been asked to perform at the Grammys, and she has now canceled her performance after a dispute with producers over song choice. Now, according to Variety magazine, Ariana was told she could perform a 2-song melody. Naturally, she wanted to sing her latest single, 7 Rings, and another song of her choosing. Well, apparently the producers of the show, they didn't want her to sing. So she was like, you know what? Then I just won't perform. But in the midst of all of that, the producer also went on, media to say that, well, the reason why she backed out is because we presented her this issue or this opportunity, and she hasn't had time to properly prepare. So I don't know how long that went on, or that being the reason why she pulled out, and the executive producer telling people that's the reason why she pulled out. But she finally got fed up with hearing about it, with reading it, with, seeing it, and she wanted to set the record straight. She said, you can give me the opportunity tonight, and I'll have a show ready tomorrow. So don't use that as the excuse as to why I didn't, or why I backed out of the Grammy. Tell the truth. She flat out called him a liar. Tell the truth. Let them know why I really backed out. Needless to say, she does still support the Grammys. She just won't be there this year. She actually hasn't been there since 2016. She is or has been nominated for 2 awards this year. Good luck to her. All right. Speaking of 2 Chainz, 2 Chainz called out the NBA after being snubbed from the Celebrity All-Star Celebrity Game as follows. Home team, which is Carolina, Terrence J, Rhapsody, Chris Daughtry, Bo Reinhardt, Dr. Oz, Mike Coulter, Famous Loaf, J.B. Smooth, Steve Smith, Ada Wilson, Jay Williams, Jason Wyman, and the coach is Dawn Staley. The away team, World, is A.J. Buckley, Mark Lazary, Amanda Seals, Quavo, Adam Ray, Brad Williams, Ronnie 2X, Bad Bunny, Hassan Minaj, Allen, James Shaw Jr., and the coach is Sue Bird. So, 2 Chainz says, hey, NBA, you have never reached out for me to play and to clear some things up because it feels like I've been getting shitted on by the league since 2013 when someone in my camp apparently called a woman out of her name at a game, saying, that he felt disrespected. David Stern was still in office anyway. He was wrong, and I apologize on my behalf. I'm one of the NBA's biggest supporters and barely get courtside tickets every All-Star game. That's something. Then he goes on to say there, I had to vent. I'm over it. Hashtag rap or go to the league. That's funny. All right, so of course it's next weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina. A lot of the events are starting tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. It is a week-long, just a week-long parties and events and for all age groups. If you go to my IG page, I posted several flyers today, for parties like the 12th through the 17th. There's parties everywhere, parties. So even if you do not get to that All-Star game, I'm sure you're going to see some stars at, all these parties. So be safe out there, everyone. All right? Gucci. How many of you all wear Gucci? I got a couple pieces. Okay. Well, Gucci apologizes after receiving backlash for one of their sweaters that resembles blackface. In the statement, Gucci says, Gucci deeply apologizes for the offense caused by the wool balaclava jumper. We can confirm that the item has been immediately removed from our online store and all physical stores. We consider diversity to be a fundamental value to be fully upheld, respected, and at the forefront of every decision we make. We are fully committed to increasing diversity throughout our organization and through turning this event into a powerful learning moment for the Gucci team and beyond. Y'all accept the apology? Y'all seen the sweater? And then it didn't help that the white chick was in the sweater. But, yeah. So now, just boycott Gucci. We're not wearing Gucci. And also, I saw something earlier, how Spike Lee is also, he's boycotting Gucci and Prada. Now, I don't know what Prada is. I don't know. I didn't get into that one. But maybe there'll be some news on that, and maybe I'll report it next week. On the Thursday, the 7th of February, newlyweds Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, they cover the March issue of Vogue. They're all cute on the cover, really. Like, he looks like he's really, like, grown into a man, if that makes any sense. The last time I saw him, his hair was all scraggly and rough, and he just looked really bad, like he was in a bad place, even though he wasn't. He just looked like he was in a bad place. But he's all nice and clean cut now. The hair's been cut. The facial hair, is very, very low. So check that out. That's Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber on the cover of March issue of Vogue. Little baby was handcuffed and detained in Atlanta. I don't know if you've seen the videos or not, but the arresting officer has him pinned to the ground as he's handcuffing him. He was arrested by Georgia State Police for alleged reckless driving in Atlanta. According to somebody, he was arrested for failure to signal, eluding police, and reckless driving. Once he was bailed out, he had a message. And you know what? I saw the message before I saw what happened. So I was like, wait, what's going on? Why he just going off on the police like this? But now I know. Little baby says, fuck the police who be on that bullshit. And shout out to the ones who get you through the process ASAP. So he was released. And I did see him yesterday. Apparently that slam to the ground or that whatever happened on the ground, his face took a hit, and his one side of his face is swollen, like really, really bad, really bad. But on a positive note, fast forward to Friday right quick, he celebrates 6 billion streams So congratulations on that right there, because that is most definitely huge. On Friday, the 8th of February, Pusha T extends his Adidas partnership to a multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal. He will continue to develop product, content, activations, and more for the brand in the coming years. His relationship with Adidas began in 2012 when he was heavily involved in the creative process of his popular EQT footwear series and other major global innovations for the brand. Congratulations to you too, Pusha. Yes, that's big. We talked last week. I do look at this. I like how everything just flows, or how one positive reaction leads to another positive reaction, or whatever happens, we're able to come back and give you more details on it. So we know last week, Taraji P. Henson, she obtains her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Well, on Friday, the mayor of Washington, D.C. proclaimed February the 8th as Taraji P. Henson Day in Washington, D.C. So congratulations to you. Unless you've been under a rock, everybody knows Cookie Lion on Empire. I'm sorry. She got other roles that she played, in the Tyler Perry movie, in the little spaceship movie. You know what I'm talking about? The astronauts, that movie. She got a lot of other roles, but we all know her for being that head bitch in charge on Empire. That's Cookie Lion. Yeah, so again, congratulations to you, Taraji P. Henson, on the proclamation of February the 8th, your day. This is so disturbing. This is really disturbing. A.J. Calloway, I don't know if any of you remember him, but you probably do. A.J. is now the current host of Extra. Well, apparently he's been suspended after several women have come forward accusing him of sexual misconduct. The initial accusations came out months ago, but Warner Brothers Television, they just officially decided to suspend him. AJ was the co-host of 106 in Park from 2000 to 2005. Remember? Free and AJ? Yes, that's that AJ. All right, so he's been officially suspended while Warner Brothers Television continues to do their investigation. So I hope everything works out for the good with him. I really do. That's all the news I got. That's all. That's it. That's everything. I do want to say that there's a lot of new music dropping this week. I'm super excited that we will present to you New Music Mondays beginning on Monday, the 11th of February, right here at 5, 6, 7. It's going to be one of those times. Haven't quite decided yet. So between 5 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here, New Music Mondays will debut right here on Endie Fiya. And a lot of the heat that we got coming, these singles, these EPs, I am so excited because when you're given the opportunity to be able to listen, first it starts out as I need to critique for your feedback, and then they sit on it, they make modifications, and come back and present it to you again, and it's like they really listen to what I say do, and then you got to sit on it. You got to sit on it until, it's time for it to drop, out of respect, for the artist, of course. But I was able to listen to the entire album, Ricky Official, that's coming out on the 22nd. I want to say it's the 22nd of this month. I've listened to several of the tracks from Yashay. Her Level Aces drops on Friday the 14th, Friday the 15th. Yes, she'll be here. She'll be on Endie Fiya on the 14th, Thursday. Gosh, who else? There's Michelle Alexander just dropped her album, and right now she has several of the tracks available to download for free. So Lil Timmy has a new video, I'm Dope, is about to drop. This week right here is going to be one huge week. Mainstream artist Sierra on the 14th will be dropping kind of like a love ballad. And her husband, Russell Wilson, says it's some baby making music. So I can't wait to hear that one. But just make sure that you're downloading, you're streaming, you're purchasing, you're supporting all of these indie artists. John, he has the project that's on the 14th, the single that's dropping on the 14th. If you follow me on Instagram, you know who John is because I'm always posting his music. Amazingly talented young man with a incredible story about life, living, and just being able to get that second chance. So follow him on all social media, and I think it's JON_OSE is his social media information. But just follow him. Amazingly talented young man. So I can't even remember all the projects that are dropping this week. But there's a lot of them. So we'll be able to play a lot of that music on Monday right here for New Music Monday. So make sure that you're tuning in. All right? On Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Two Lit Tuesdays, we have 1221 Yap out of Tampa will be here with us. And on Thursday, as I just mentioned, Thursday the 14th, the Jamaican Princess of Pop, Yashe, will be here again with us. She was here in December for her new project dropping. You know, this is her debut album, I Love Oasis. The need to extend, you know, that hospitality to have her right back here again to talk about this project. This month is packed with a lot of events and tours beginning. So just make sure that you stay tuned in to my IG page, my Twitter page, Facebook page. So I'll be getting all the word out, you know, to you regarding these events and tour stops that may be coming to you. I don't have nothing else to talk about. I mean, I could stay here and talk with you guys because, you know, I love it. I do. I love it so much. But let me tell you something, guys. It's a business date, you know, business dinner or whatever, but it's a date, you know. You know, all I do is work, right? So I gotta get out of here and get to my business date. As normal, let me get my shout outs really quickly. All right. So shout out to my kids, you know, for holding me down. Shout out to them. Shout out to all of our supporters and the listening audience. I've been watching my numbers, which I don't have time to do that. I spend so much time doing stuff for other people that I don't really have time to watch what the show is doing. But the show, as you know, is on several different platforms. TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, Player FM, iTunes, Spotify. Probably miss. We're everywhere but iHeartRadio. How about that? That's coming up really soon. That's coming up soon. But I've been watching the numbers, and so I know that even though you may not be listening to me live right now, you're coming back for the playback shows. So I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. Without, you know, the listening audience and without our supporters, there would be no us. So thank you. Shout out to you all, you know, for taking the time out of your day or your evening or, you know, your morning, whenever you're listening, to just show Endie Fiya some love. I really appreciate that. And with that being said, let me leave you with the quotes for the evening, and then I got to go. Some people have lives. Some people have music. That's John Green. I don't know who John Green is, but that shit is real right there. Like, I felt that. Like, some people have lives. some people have music. I think I got a little bit of music. I think that's how it works for me. I got that music. I do. So until Monday at either 5 p.m., 6 p.m., or 7 p.m., we got to decide on an airplay time. But until Monday, the 11th, I'm going to say goodnight.